Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have a special message for you connected with number 999. And I felt I need to share this with you because it has a beautiful meaning connected with letting go, with a great release, with cleansing your energy so you can become more pure and you can remind yourself of your self-worth. So I want to remind you to trust whatever is meant to be yours already is, and later we will talk a lot about it. So allow the universe room, work, and the path will reveal itself. So it means that when you allow the universe to work for you, through you, you will see the path. It will be revealed to you. And often we experience a feeling, a sensation, like suddenly we need to do something. Suddenly we need to initiate something. Suddenly we need to call somebody. And that's where the universe starts working for you. So it's always, there's a saying like those who follow as the universe flows know they need no other force. So once we understand that there's a flow of life, a flow with which the universe is creating things, we understand that we don't need to force anything, but we need to take action. We need to take action, the ones which truly resonates with us, because there's actually sometimes people fall into an illusion where they think that everything will just happen. They just need to relax, they just need to let go, and things will just happen. But what actually happens, we experience a feeling, we experience a sensation, we experience an idea or an inspiration, and that's how the universe is communicating with you. So often people are not connected with that internal sensation because they're so attached to their past or to certain outcomes, to certain people, to certain emotional reactions. And that's why it's so important to learn to let that go so you can purify your channel, your body, your vehicle. And my friends, there's actually a beautiful saying by a Greek philosopher, Epictetus, who said not worry about anything outside of your control. The only things you command are your thoughts and actions. We choose our response. Stop aspiring to be anyone other than your own best self. So it is a beautiful reminder to truly stop aspiring to be anyone other than your own best self. Which means that if you always try to be your best self in any situation, you will always give your best, you will always try your best, but you will also understand that you can only do things as good as you know how to do them. So sometimes we start pulling ourselves down and we say, oh, I could do this better, I could use better words, I could do things differently, but we only do things the way we know how to do them. That's why it's so important to learn, to read, to educate ourselves of how could we improve something which could be improved. And it doesn't mean that you should improve yourself, because you're already enough, you're already divine, you're already all that you can be. There are more like beliefs we could change, and habits we could change, and those programs of how we are reacting and responding to the world. That's what we can change and improve, but it has nothing to do with who we are in that core of being. It's more like how we choose to behave, how we choose to express ourselves. Can we become more conscious, more aware in our daily lives? And that's why it's so important to know those things, to know that to build that trust that whatever is meant to be yours already is yours, because it's already written in your soul. It's your plan, you've designed it for yourself, so the universe can move through you and firstly bring you there so you can be a great channel to express what can come through you in your own unique way. And that's what brought me to the path of expressing myself through art and expressing myself through videos. And the reason that I've started sensing that this is my way, this is my path, is because I've experienced the most or the greatest possible joy when I've started doing that. So that's why joy can be a great sign that you're walking the path of your soul. Whatever sparks joy within you is coming from your soul. That's why it's so important to always ask ourselves, do I feel joyful about what I'm doing in my life? Because if the answer is no, start digging deeper. What could you do? What can you actually change in your life? What could you start do more of so you can awaken more joy in your life? And what you need to let go of, right? What you need to leave behind, because it's not your fault that you are the way you are, but your fault is to stay there, because we've been influenced by our environment, and depends of what kind of past you have behind, it made you. So you are who you are right now. But if you're lacking joy in your life, you can do so much. You can do so much. And I want to give you some tools. Because firstly, when it comes to changes, we firstly need to make peace with our past and present, which means that we need to leave behind what is not serving us anymore. And if we want to leave behind what is not serving us anymore, we firstly need to acknowledge who we are on that unconscious level and what we are doing sometimes for certain pleasures, but on a long term we recognize that it is more than building us, destroying us. So acknowledge what in your life is not serving you anymore. Those can be certain beliefs, certain complaints you often use. It may be a certain diet which is not working for you anymore, and it requires a lot of awareness to recognize what kind of food actually works for you. Again, it's not about beliefs, it's about understanding your body, listening your body, and fully recognizing what you need right now, what your body is truly needs. And you can recognize that by observing yourself while you're eating certain food. Does it make you feel more alive, or does it make you feel like you have much less energy than if you eat any other food? Then not exercising. Is your present state of being built on not being active? Because this is so important, because often it is draining so much of our energy if we are not using our bodies. Our bodies they need to be active. They're craving action, especially out in nature, like going for a walk, going for a run, doing yoga, working out, recognizing what kind of spirit you are, to fully recognize what feels right for you, what helps you to release the tension, to release the stress, to shake off the negative energy. To me, it's I found it in sports, in biking, for example. I love mountain biking. Recently, I've started road cycling, which I love to do, because it helps me to be in my zone, to separate myself from the work that I do, from painting, from filming, from thinking. Sometimes if I'm not meditating, I love to go outside on my bike. I found out that it truly helps me to be in the zone, to just flow. Here where I live, there are beautiful roads, beautiful nature, and to me it's a truly wonderful sport to do. And later I will share a truly interesting story, beautiful manifestation. So we need to acknowledge what doesn't serve us anymore, so we can leave behind. We can't let go of something which we are not even aware of. Maybe you can recognize that your sleep is not the best. Having a weak sleep. I will tell you that there's actually energy which is connecting you to that reality you're living right now. There's a certain energetic bond you have with that present state of being. Maybe certain arguments which you're still repeating, certain traumas may still hold you to the past, or maybe you're saying yes to everyone, but you would actually love to say no sometimes. And any negative habit, most of those things are our habits. That's why most of those things can be changed. But we truly need to recognize if there's a trauma present still within you. What could you do about it? Could you find a therapist? Could you learn more about your past? Could you learn what were you lacking as a little kid? Because often it's love and care. And because we didn't receive it from our parents, we've closed ourselves down, we've closed our hearts, and we've started to think like we're unworthy. So from that unworthiness often comes that need to show up, that need to prove yourself to others. And once we truly recognize the source of it, we find out, is it actually meaningful? Is it true? Maybe I was lacking love back at that time, but I can give love to me right now. I can express more love for myself, and I will learn to be a greater example of how to express more love in my relationships. Now let's be a better example. Let's change this pattern. We can do a lot about it. So recognize what it is that you would love to quit doing, that you would love to leave behind. And once you've acknowledged that, feel how you feel when you do those things, the things you would love to leave behind. Recognize the energy you experience when you fall into a certain negative habits, when you start complaining, when you think about certain limited beliefs, how you feel, what's the energy. Because this is the energy which is kind of supporting you to stay there, which is kind of not allowing you to change. And once you feel this energy, then you decide what will you do with that. And the greatest advice I could give you right now is to let go of it with gratitude. Say thanks for all the experiences that brought you to where you are right now. Say thanks to that energy, and then cut the stream with it. If you sense this energy right now, forgive yourself for harming you or for doing things which were unhealthy for your body. And let go with gratitude. Say thanks for all the experiences, all the maybe drugs, alcohol, relationships, certain negative beliefs, thoughts, stories. Say thanks to them, because they taught you, or they showed you who you don't want to be anymore. Because of those experiences, you came to this place right now, to this present moment. It built you. You know yourself much better because of those experiences. So awaken gratitude, as it will help you to step to the next level. It's like getting to the top of the mountain and suddenly your perspective is much wider of the environment from where you're coming from. So if you look now into your past with the state of gratitude, you will wish well to people which hurt you. You will have compassion for yourself, because you will understand that whatever you went through was maybe hard and was painful, but you don't need to stay there. And what you will also recognize is that as soon as you will start sensing your energy from your past, you will become more acceptable to fall into negative habits. That's why it's so important to catch yourself before you fall down there again. And recognize what is important to you, who you want to become, where you're going. Reflection is so important. Grounding yourself in nature, so important, my friends. So love yourself enough to do that. Love yourself enough to do that. And after that, of course, if we want to change something, we also need to acknowledge who we want to become. What's our vision for the future? What are our new beliefs we want to install into our minds? What are certain empowering self-thoughts or self-affirmations you could start repeating more often? Because we are only who we are practicing to be, and if you're letting go of something, you at the same time need to learn to install something new, to learn something new. If you're quitting your old diet, you also need to update yourself with a new diet, right? If you don't like that you're not exercising, you need to train yourself to start exercising frequently. Start going for longer walks, start running, start working out, whatever works for you, and write a plan, because if you don't have a plan, sooner or later, when you will have a bad day, you will fall into your old self. And when you have a plan, it's your reminder of your future, where you're going, and raising your standards will help you to stay there until you become it. So those are important reminders. Ask yourself, what could be the greater self-care? Could you learn something about it? Could you read a book which could teach you more about how to treat yourself, how to nurture yourself? If nobody in the past taught you that, you need to teach yourself about those things. And those are hard things to do. But that's why we are here. To learn those things, to learn to overcome the darkest moments, to overcome our shadow side, to fully embody the strength, the trust, the belief, the love for the self, until you recognize that you are nothing else but love. So do what resonates with love, and that's where you will recognize who you truly are. When things resonates or awakens love within you, they're reminding you who you are. So do more of what you love to do. It will help you so much to stay on higher vibrations. And that's where you will start also to understand what is pulling you down. And then you will see, is it truly worthy? Is it worthy? Because your worth is not coming from what you're doing. And often we do things to distract ourselves because we feel unworthy. And we feel unworthy because we have certain holes from the past, which we need to find a way to fill them with love. So that's why self-care is so important, and doing things we love, it's so important, without any show off, without too much of attachment to certain outcomes, but just doing them because we love to do something. That's also where we start creating faster results, because there's more energy involved in what we are doing. And when you feel like you're falling back into your old self, repeat that process. What we're talking today, like acknowledging what you need to let go of fully, truly, go in details, acknowledging, feel the energy of how you feel when you do those things from your past, and let go with gratitude. Say thanks for those experiences, and try to cut the stream with that energy of your past, because it is not your present. Your past is not your present. In the present moment, you're completely pure. But as soon as you start thinking of your past, you will experience more thoughts from your past, and more thoughts will experience more emotions, and suddenly you feel attached to your past. And as long as you're attached to your past, you will be behaving as you were behaving in the past. You see, it's all connected. That's why it's so important to recognize the energy from the past and cut the stream with it from gratitude. Truly, with gratitude, cut the stream with it. Thanks for all the lessons, but I'm ready to move on. And once we decide to move on, we need to know where we are going. So getting clear on what you need more in your life, what you need more of in your life, like new beliefs, empowering self-affirmations, diet, exercising, everything we were talking about, and just recognize that. And that's the process which will help you to fully become a completely new version of yourself. And my friends, I can tell you it works. And I received so many messages with the stories of people which went through that process, and they changed their lives. And I'm sure you know at least one person which went through that process. If not, you've read a book about somebody or you've heard a story. So a part of us already knows what we need to do. That's what is coming from the soul. We know what we need to do, but on that mental level, sometimes we feel a bit lazy, sometimes we don't trust the process, sometimes we feel unworthy and we don't do anything. That's why we need to stay aware and we need to recognize what is healthier for us right now. So if you need some help, find somebody which can help you, and truly be honest with yourself so we can recognize what would be the right thing to do right now. So my friends, trust that whatever is meant to be yours already is within you. There are just certain things you need to let go of so your channel can purify and things can manifest faster. So this is it for today, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Transcendence. I've shared it with you before, but I sense it's truly beautifully connected with today's message, so I hope you've enjoyed in it. Also, feel free to check out my Instagram page, AttractPassion, where I'm sharing daily messages, daily reminders, and my other page is I Draw My Passion, where I'm sharing my art with you. Also, thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. Till next time, one love.